Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Oh, you stupid motherfucker!
You're gonna find me dead! I'm gonna kill myself!
Hit the fucking guy! What the fuck is he doing?
I'm gonna be hanging from the bathroom!
They got the
Don't ask me to do nothing! This is nothing!
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Steal Here podcast, where I'm your host, Kevin Adams, alongside my partner in crime, Jersey Jerry. And let's just get right to it, Jer. This is Sunday evening. We never record on Sundays. We never record after the game. Usually, Jerry and I like to prepare for this show. I like to especially get some notes together, get some things we want to discuss, but today fucking sucked, man. And as a Steelers fan, today was one of the hardest days this season to have to accept because we just lost to a third string quarterback when everybody knew the Pittsburgh Steelers had to stop the run to get the ball back, and they still couldn't. I'm very frustrated, Jerry. I don't know where you're at with it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely down. Definitely down in the dumps. Honestly, upset more than angry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm upset because this was such a big game. This was in my opinion, a must win. And the thing that sucks is the Raiders lose, the Jets lose,
Mm-hmm.
the Browns lose. So you jump them, you know what I mean? And still, we're a long ways away. We still have to see the outcome of the rest of the season. But this pretty much was the nail in the coffin. And listen, Kenny goes down, sucks. Mitch comes in, doesn't play good. I'll say that. Good whatsoever. And this brings me back to my point that I've been saying for a couple weeks now on the podcast is I'm going to look back, especially me, I'm going to look back at the end of the season and say, Kenny should have started from day one. And here's why. He gets the experience, one. Two, we don't have locker room distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Who's our quarterback? Who's not our quarterback? Beginning of the year, Kenny comes in, then he goes out. Mitch comes in, Mitch goes out. Like, we didn't have to deal with any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny's the guy. Put him in there. You knew Mitch's ceiling. The ceiling is just as tall as me, about 5'3". That's the ceiling. That's the ceiling. So there's no ceiling there. So you didn't know what you had in Kenny, and it took them a couple weeks, and they threw him out there in a gauntlet. Did he play good? Not really.
Mm-mm.
But the last 4 games, he's been playing pretty fucking good. We've been getting wins. He hasn't been turning the ball over. Unfortunately, he got injured. Back to Mitch, and for all the people this year, especially their Steelers fans, saying, "Oh, Kenny was never the guy. Mitch should be out there. Mitch should be the guy." No, you're wrong. Mitch was never the guy. Mitch will never be the guy. So I'm just upset with the Kenny injury right now. And that's a little concerning. 2 concussions in a year.
Yep.
So, we got to figure out something with that. Defense. You can talk about the defense because I'm disgusted.
Yes, I agree. And for anyone that thinks that, Mitch Trubisky should have been in there over Kenny, sit the fuck down. You're done. You don't get to speak about this anymore.
No.
You're done. Today proved it. Mitch Trubisky had no right to be out there today. None.
No.
The guy killed us. He fucking killed us. At the end of the day, you can hang this loss on Mitch Trubisky and nobody else. So anyone that wants to defend him, he came off the bench, didn't have 1 rep starts, don't give a shit. Do not care. He shouldn't have been in the fucking game. He played terrible. It's very unfortunate Kenny was hurt. Yeah. I'm done. I'm not talking about Mitch Trubisky anymore. Awful. Don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, me too. I'm done. I don't want to talk about it.
Defensively, though, people want to say, oh, the Steelers, they only gave up 16 points. They only gave up 16 points. Last week, they only gave up 16 points to Mariota. I'm gonna explain something, and I cannot fucking bite my tongue about this anymore, especially after the way that they lost today. We lost a lot of games this season in the same exact way. They're soft. They cannot get off the field at the end of a game. And you can blame this. You can blame this on the offense. The offense couldn't hold the ball, couldn't possess the ball. The defense was gassed. Fuck that. That's an excuse, especially after today when the Steelers, A, outpossessed them, B, marched up and down the field. They turned it over in the red zone. So I don't want to hear that the defense was gassed. This was a matter of hat on a hat and a will. And they had no will to win today. That defense was fucking soft. What we saw today was pathetic. And if that is a Mike Tomlin coached defensive football team, they have no heart. That is a soft football team we saw out there today. If everybody in the fucking stadium knows the only offense that the Ravens can do is to run the football, and you still cannot stop it, that is embarrassing. That is fucking embarrassing.
They said it in the press conference with Mike.
Mm-hmm.
They said Mike. They said he opened up for questions, and somebody said, Mike, Anthony Brown coming into the game, you had to know that the only option really was to run the football. And Mike Tomlin, he says, yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knew that. So what the fuck were you doing? Not loading the box every fucking play. They should have loaded the box and just played man coverage.
Right.
And said, fuck it. If this guy, Anthony Brown, this crumb from Oregon who went undrafted, who sucks dick.
Mm-hmm.
No. Listen. He sucks dick. If he's going to beat you, let him. Let him. Because the moral of this is he was never going to beat them.
Mm-mm.
Never. They just got smashed in the run game. Smashed.
Destroyed, Jerry. The Ravens threw the ball 15 times. 15 times. That's it.
15.
You throw a ball 15 fucking times and you end up beating us at home? What the fuck are we doing? Where's all this money and all this rah-rah? The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is going to be so good this year. Where the fuck is it? And where has it been for years? Where is all of this money that we spend? So let's just get this clear. So TJ gets a bag, Cam makes a pretty hefty paycheck, and Minka gets paid. Is there anyone else on the defense that's very fucking good? No. Nobody.
Bush is a liability. He's been a liability. Spillane's a liability. That fucking he's turning out to be a crumb. Miles Jack. He's turning out to be not good. He started the season pretty decent. He's turning out to be not. He's not good. He's not good. Adams on the defensive line got bullied all day.
Yep.
Wormley went down, unfortunately, knee injury. Secondary really didn't have to do much today whatsoever.
No.
So I'm blaming this on the D line and the linebackers.
And we've looked at this, and last year, guys, we had some bad losses where the run defense was piss poor, real bad last year too. A lot of games the run defense was bad. Yes, we blamed it on some COVID things. We blamed it on injuries and everything else. We always have an excuse. We always have an excuse as Steelers fans. They lost that game because he got hurt or whatever, bad calls, bullshit. Call it what it is. How many times have we seen it this season alone where the Pittsburgh Steelers cannot get off the fucking field in the second half of the football game because teams are just running it right down our throats? Yep. So knowing that and seeing that so many times, play somebody else then. At this point, give me Mark Robinson because our middle linebackers are fucking soft. These guys don't hit the gaps. They get fucking bullied off of the football by linemen who make it to the second level. It's bad. If we don't go heavy defensive line early in this draft, they're going to struggle again next year because the D line is piss poor.
Oh yeah, no, they suck. They suck for sure. I just want to know what the fuck is this is going through Mike Tomlin's head when this is all happening right in front of him? Where I texted you with 10 minutes left or 9 minutes. I said, you know what's going to happen? The Ravens are going to get the ball, which they did, and they're going to chew up this fucking clock all the way down the field and kick a field goal. What do? They get 6 first downs, and they fucking go right down the field, kick the field goal. Now it's a 2-score game. Now you have no chance.
7 minutes and 44 seconds. 7 minutes and 44 seconds that they ate up off of that clock and just finished the fucking game. Now, regardless, would Mitch have marched us down the field? Probably not. Probably not because he's just the guy sucks. The offense, the scheme sucks. When you're throwing balls to guys like Deontay Johnson that are jump balls on 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 from your own 21 yard line, and you're throwing jump balls in the end zone to Deontay Johnson. Jerry, he's my height. I'm a fucking sawed-off half-pipe little fuck. You're throwing jump balls to him. When you see George Pickens embarrassing Humphrey, up over the top, catching the ball, getting hit by the safety, still can't be stopped. If you can watch these things and without a shadow of a doubt, George Pickens is better at jump balls than Deontay Johnson. Why is that the guy getting the ball, especially on a play where you only need 3 yards for a first down in the red zone? Extend the drive. The play calling is fucking shit, Jerry.
Yeah, dude. No, he's Canada's. I mean, I hope he's out. I hope he's out. But moral of the story is this. We said it a bunch of times, then they reeled us back in. I'm not going back. This is a statement. I'm not going back. It's cooked now.
Dead.
I mean, it is cooked. This was the only chance. my only chance, people like media people were saying, well, if the Steelers finish the season 4-1, they can and go 9-8, they have a chance. No. There's no more chances.
Dead.
It's Steelers had to go undefeated. They had to win 5 in a row. Well, even more than that, but
7 really
yeah,
would have been
7.
7.
Yeah, it would have been 7. But yeah, it's cooked. It's over. Hopefully Kenny's okay. I hope he's okay. But if he misses next game, what do you have to lose in just throwing Mason Rudolph back there? I mean,
It can't be Mitch Trubisky, man. It
no.
just can't be. When you come in,
Those
when you're
first 2 turnovers were brutal.
terrible.
Brutal.
I mean, what's fucking crazy is he said after the game, he's like, I was seeing the field well. Were you? How? You threw it right fucking to him twice, damn near the identical plays.
No, that guy had Stevie Wonder glasses on. That guy wasn't seeing shit.
No. In to come in as a backup quarterback when you thought you should have been the starter, you were upset about how the season went early on, all of these things, you thought that you were playing well and shouldn't have been benched, and then you come in and you throw a fucking game out there like that where we haven't turned the ball over, from a quarterback standpoint in 4 or 5 weeks, and the Pittsburgh Steelers they don't have a win this season whenever they turn the ball over. They're 5-0 when they don't turn it over.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be better with the ball in the red zone, man. And this is just simple fucking shit. Don't throw that fucking football twice to the same area with heavy linebackers laying under in coverage. Like, it's fucking simple shit.
There was no chance that he was like,
they weren't getting completed.
Yeah, no, 0.
No.
0.
There are so many things that are frustrating about this team and things that we definitely need to correct going into next year.
I'm pissed off at Mike Tomlin more than Mitch Trubisky. I'll tell you that much. Mitch is a backup quarterback. Okay, listen, did he fuck us today? Yeah, he fucked us. But you know what? A lot of backup quarterbacks probably would fuck their teams as well. Mike Tomlin, this motherfucker is an idiot. No. Listen. He is a fucking idiot. If you know this team, there's only one way in the world you're not playing the Bills. Okay, you're not playing Josh Allen where they can beat you different types of ways. This Ravens team that was out there today, there was only one fucking way they were going to win, and that was to chew up clock, wear out the defense by running the football, and that's exactly what they fucking did in Pittsburgh nonetheless. I mean, teams probably look at the Steelers and just say, oh, this team, we're gonna smash this team up and down the field because they fucking suck. They're soft. They're fans. I mean, I don't know. You were at the game, but it seemed to me there was a lot of open seats.
Jerry, a ton of open seats, and I'm gonna speak to the fan situation at Heinz Field, Acrisure, whatever you call it. There was a point in the game where the Ravens had the ball. They started the drive at like their own 2-yard line. Their own fucking 2, and their line comes out, their offensive line comes out, and their running backs, and they're fucking hyping up the crowd to be louder when their backs are right against our goal line, okay? Backs against the goal line. They're hyping up the crowd. It is embarrassing. And you people don't stand. They don't get up. It's not like they make any extra noise.
They're all fans from season tickets from the fucking 70s and 80s, you know what I mean? Like that's all. They're all old fucks that go to those games now. They don't give a fuck.
It's insane. It's embarrassing. It's so frustrating as a fan to be in there and to be, scrutinized for trying to make noise on anything other than 3rd or 4th down. And I speak about this all the time. Most of the people that I talk to, whether it's at the tailgate or on Twitter, wherever the fuck I talk about this at, they say similar things. Heinz Field, you get more energy from a Steelers fan on a road game. The road games, you heard Atlanta last week. It was louder at points than Heinz Field was today. Ravens, season on the line. You're at home. Nothing. Everything today was flat. It's fucking maddening, man. I'm just so tired of losing football games the way that we lose football games. Nothing ever getting changed, and then to get out schemed, because that's what today was. As a Steelers fan, you saw a guy who everyone likes to say Mike Tomlin is a great head coach, and whatever they fucking say about him at this point.
Mike Tomlin was a great head coach. He's past his time.
Agreed. And
over.
Harbaugh knew today, fuck, we're down to our third string quarterback. We're going to have to beat them on will alone. We can't out scheme them. And you knew that. And like Tomlin said, everyone knows that. So if you still can't stop it, if you know there's nothing more embarrassing as maybe a player, as a fan, as a coach, anyone who supports the team, if you know that they know your game, that you know their game plan, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, look, we're running it at you. Stop us.
Yeah.
And you still can't do it over and over and over and over. You break the will of the fucking football team. They broke our will today, and it's happened so many times. And these things start at the top. It is in the simple things. It is in the prep work. It is staying in your lane, staying in your gap, having the linebackers come up into the fucking box and crash the holes, so that if they're going to beat you, they're going to have to beat you on the outsides. That long run for a touchdown that they had, or fucking Minka stopped it at like the 3-yard line. That was like a 60-yard run or something like that, right up the middle, right up the fuck, right through the heart of the defense, whenever you should be stacking the box.
Yep. No, they ran it, I think, 40-something times today. 40, 45, 46, something like that. That's a lot of runs, bro. That's a lot of runs in today's NFL. But I mean, listen, teams cook, seasons cook. Mike Tomlin is whatever at this point. Canada should be gone by the end of the year. If not, you'll see the same story next year. This team is years away. I'm gonna say it. They're years away.
I'm
They're
back
years
to that.
away.
I'm back
They're
to
years
that as
away,
well.
man. They're a long ways away. I mean, the problems on the offensive line. I mean, a couple weeks, even in some of our wins, the offensive line looked a little shaky. Today, they were pretty fucking bad. They were pretty bad, especially early on. They were struggling a lot, and they are to blame. Don't know what specific guy it was, but they are to blame for Kenny's concussion. So you can thank the offensive line for that one, Steelers Nation, because that's who caused Kenny Pickett's concussion.
And what sucks about Kenny's concussion is now we're looking at 2 in a month and a half, or what have you. And I just don't want him to get to the point where I just don't want to ruin him before next season when we can get a decent offensive line. I don't want him to have the fear that he can't move he can't move around in the pocket because he's going to get decked, and he has happy feet and gets rid of the ball early, because that's a common symptom of quarterbacks that get beat up early in their career. It can rattle your confidence, and I don't want to see that happen. The Steelers have needs. We have needs. We have big needs on this team, and we've paid some of our older players.
O-line. You need another receiver, because the kid Gunner, he's not going to get it done, and Sims ain't going to get it done. Who knows what Calvin Olsen was dealing with the whole year? Who knows what he looks like next year? You need another receiver. Deontay, who knows what's to come of him? Who knows if he blows a gasket towards the end of the season or next year he's not happy like he was in the beginning of this year. So you need another receiver. You need offensive line. You need a defensive line. You need a cornerback. That's for sure. They have needs all over the football field.
Right. And that's why I get so frustrated that we have so much money wrapped up in the defense, is because it's so hard to fucking build a football team when you have, that many high paid guys on your defense, because you need like middle money. I consider it middle money, somewhere between like $7 and $9 million. You need several guys that fall into that pay range.
They let him walk. Hargrave, they let him walk. They said, we don't need you. He's a star in Philly now.
That was for Tuitt.
He was a star. Yeah, Tuitt. The guy who something happened. What happened with him? He retired, right?
I'm not going to shit on this guy because his brother passed away, and he dealt with some issues mentally, and his brother got hit by a car, so he just couldn't overcome it, and he retired. But the unfortunate part is it left us a massive hole that we still haven't been able to fix, and thus last year the run defense sucked. This year the run defense sucks again. That's why the middle of the defense is fucking beat up. It's soft. Devin Bush doesn't get off blocks. The linebackers don't come down in the hole. I mean, we could do this all day. There are problems. The Steelers have problems. It's just they were able to mask it from us for a little while, and we took a couple of wins, and we lied to ourselves and fucking fell back into this trap where we might have a chance at it. We don't have a chance, and now I'm pissed that we fucking won last week, and I'm pissed we won the week before.
Me too.
Stack them up now. If Mitch wants to play next week, play him. The Panthers, whoop our ass. Fucking and anyone that says, "Oh, you're not a real Steelers fan," kiss my ass, man. At this point, it's done. We need better players if that's what it is. If it's not Tomlin, if it's not Matt Canada, if it's not Brian Flores and Terrell Austin, then it's the players. How do you get better players? You got to suck. At this point, season's over. Lose them at this point.
Yep. I don't know about you, but I'm done. I'm done. It's over. I mean, there's nothing else to talk about for today's episode. This is it. This is it. This is what we get. This is what we get for believing in this team, and all the false hope that we deal with year in, year out. You know, teams will say, like, I see people on Twitter that say, "Oh, Jerry, you should be happy. Tomlin gave you 2 Super Bowls." Well, the moral of it is, with that teams they should have had a lot more than 2 Super Bowls.
And they only won one, too. They went to
Yeah,
two. They lost to the
exactly.
Packers in the second. They won one in '08.
Yeah.
Cowher won one in '05. And it all comes back to this for me. Whenever they played as bad as they played today and they show no heart or no will and they get bullied around and, everything's
Patriots
everything, the
game. This was the
skies fall.
Patriots game. This was the Patriots game all over again.
Agreed. This was the Patriots. This was the end of the Browns game. This was the end of the Jets game. We just couldn't get off the field. We got bullied. And so for me, it comes back to.
How am I wearing this?
And here's the thing. For me, it comes back to, if that's constantly how we're going to lose, and Mike Tomlin has built this team over many times. He's been here 15 years now, and he started up here, and then his trajectory has all come all the way back down.
Oh yeah.
How much more, guys? Like, I'm going to pose this question, and please, in the YouTube comments, answer this honestly. If you are a Mike Tomlin defender, which I'm sure there are some that listen to the podcast, if you are a Mike Tomlin defender, how many more seasons or losses like this is it going to take for you to want to see something different? How much more?
Oh, they'll deal with 8-9, 9-8. They'll deal with those. They don't give a fuck, because you know what? At the end of the day, his nickname, no, not his name. His name should be Mediocre Mike, because guess what? He's just mediocre. That's all there is to it. He's nothing special anymore. The game has passed him by. So, Mediocre Mike, another season of just being average. Well, this season you'll be below average, but another just average season.
And I don't know how much more of it that we can take. And people are like, "Oh, Steelers fans, you're so spoiled. You're so spoiled." It's like, look, man, how are we fucking spoiled at this point? Yes, we've won Super Bowls. Jerry, you and I weren't alive in the 70s. We don't know those fucking Super Bowls. I've seen 2 in my lifetime. Does that make me spoiled? Yeah, maybe. I'm sure there are some fans who would cut their fucking dicks off for 2 Super Bowls, and I get that. But, the standard, as we're told in Pittsburgh, is titles. It is Lombardis. It is nothing below that. That is the standard. Anything below that is considered failure in my eyes. The goal is the same every season: to get better, to win a fucking championship. We've seen enough of not getting better as the seasons have gone on. If Mike Tomlin returns Matt Canada next season, Jerry, if he does, I'm done, man. I'm done. I'm gonna fucking lose it. I can't do it another season, man. I can't do it another season where we blame these fucking coaches and nothing ever changes and we let them play out their contracts. So you're right. This episode is done. I'm fucking frustrated. Jerry is frustrated. Every single person listening to this is gonna be frustrated. I don't know what we have to do to get better, but there are so many things we have to do. I want to start seeing some of them change right now. Like, immediately, I would like to see us start to play other guys now. I want to see other guys out there.
Yeah, no, I'd like to see it, but more reality is it's probably not going to happen. They'll just keep trotting out the same guys who get blown off the football every single week, and that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. That's it.
We're not, Jerry and I might record another episode later this week and do the betting and things of that nature. Neither of us hit our bets today, so that's over. So nonetheless, it's still a 2-game lead, but we might record another episode later in the week. This was just a rapid reactions because, I mean, the season's done. Frustration is at a peak level. If you like what we're doing, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate it. Jerry and I have discussed doing maybe 2 episodes a week moving forward, just to do a little something earlier in the week and then a little something later in the week for you guys. So we are going to take your calls and play some of those later in the week and get to that stuff. So we would appreciate if you continue to call the Steel Here hotline, leave us voicemails. We got a couple today, people that are as pissed as we are. And I hear you. I hear you guys. It's nothing changes as nothing changes, though. So spread the word, and hopefully maybe it gets back to Rooney and we can get some changes this offseason, because it's maddening to know that you should not continue to lose the way that you keep losing and then just it be okay. That's not what football tradition and the lore of NFL history talks about the Pittsburgh Steelers. So we appreciate you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Anything else, Jerry, you want to add on this one?
Nah.
We appreciate you guys. We'll see you. We'll see you hopefully again later this week whenever the dust settles. We'll see where we stand. Later, Jer.
We're here. We're still here.
We are still here.